welcome. Have a nice day. Today is Thursday, 6th of June 2024. From the history point of view, in 1674, on this day, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj was crowned king of the Maratha Empire. Shivaji was crowned king of the Maratha Empire in a lavish ceremony on 6th June 1674 at a Raigad fort. In the Hindu calendar, it was on the 13th day of the first fortnight of the month of Jestha in the year 1596. Starting the newspaper analysis with the newspaper, the Hindu states that CSDS Lokniti Post poll survey, despite discontent, NDA given another chance. Prime Minister Narendra Modi being felicitated by BJP President JP Nadda as TDP chief and Chandrababu and Naidu, JDU chief Nitish Kumar and other leaders greet during the meeting of the National Democratic Alliance in New Delhi, Wednesday, June 5, 2024. This time around, the 2024 results indicate that in pockets, the incumbent central government has been rewarded by the voters, leading them to vote in favor of the BJP-led NDA government. Voters often support the parties in the expectation of the creating a particular service, and when the governments fail to fulfill these expectations, these voters turn to alternate appeals. At times, when the government fulfill those promises, the voters reward those parties handsomely. This time around, 2024 results indicate that in the pockets, the incumbent central government has been rewarded by the voters, leading them to the vote in favor of the BJP-led NDA government. Are there historic patterns where a ruling party coalition receives support, and in this case the coalition has secured a majority based on what is perceived as a satisfactory performance? The CSDS Lokniti Post poll survey 2024 sought to understand these issues from the voters' perspectives. The Hindu newspaper also states that CSDS Lokniti Post poll survey personal financial conditions played key role in the voting choice. People who felt that their economic situation had worsened were more likely to have voted for opposition, while those who felt that the situation remained unchanged divided their votes almost equally between the ruling regime and the challenging part. In democracies, economic currents often sway voters. With India's economic rise, the state of the national economy has come to occupy center stage of political and public debates. Economic issues such as growth, unemployment, inflation, rural distress, and so on figured prominently in political debates in the run-up to the recently concluded general elections to the Lok Sabha. While the ruling party alliance flaunted their impressive GDP numbers and new economic initiatives aimed at benefiting people, the opposition bloc's campaign remained focused on unemployment, price rise, and other forms of economic distress. Tapping into the downside of the economy, the Congress carefully crafted a package called NAY, so as to be able to reach out to economically vulnerable sections. The Hindu newspaper also states that elections results 2024, the similarities between two different states. A Samajwadi Party supporter carries up portraits of the party leader Akhilesh Yadav and the Congress party leader Rahul Gandhi as he celebrates his party is led during the counting of the votes in India's national election in Lucknow. The results in the Uttar Pradesh and Tamil Nadu held the possibilities of the new form of the progressivism. Uttar Pradesh and Tamil Nadu have little in common. The landlocked state of Uttar Pradesh is the largest in Hindi heartland. It is one of the poorest states of the per capita income and depends heavily on services and agriculture to employ citizens. Tamil Nadu is a coastal state in the deep south. It is among the richest states with a strong industrial and manufacturing base and houses perhaps the lowest share of Hindi-speaking people. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath is a Hindu hardliner who wears his religiosity literally on his sleeve and does not shy away from a battle-planted dog whitening and minority bashing to secure votes for his party. On the other hand, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin belongs to the DMK party, a party that comes from the tradition of rationalism. He leads the secular progressive alliance that includes parties that share an ideological oneness, one of the key issues of the plurality of Indian nation. The Hindu newspaper also states that Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina invited for a swearing in the ceremony of the Narendra Modi. Prime Minister Narendra Modi with his Bangladesh counterpart Sheikh Hasina at a Hyderabad house in New Delhi. You carry hopes and aspirations of the people of India, says Mr. Hasina in message to PM Modi on NDA scoring a majority in the general election. Sources say a trip expected in last week of June. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina of Bangladesh has accepted an invitation to visit India to participate in the swearing-in ceremony of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The state-owned news agency of Bangladesh has announced that The Hindu had earlier reported that the Prime Minister Hasina congratulated Prime Minister Modi for performance of the NDA at the 18th Lok Sabha elections. On behalf of the people of the Bangladesh and on my own behalf, I wish to extend my heartiest congratulations to you on the resounding victory of the National Democratic Alliance led by the Bharatiya Janata Party in the 18th Lok Sabha elections. You carry the hopes and aspirations of the people of India, said Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina during a telephonic conversation with the Prime Minister Modi. Going towards the Hindustan Times newspaper states that Rai Bareli or Anand, it is a tough choice for Rahul Gandhi. Congress leaders Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi arrived to attend the India bloc leaders meeting at the residence of the Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge in New Delhi on Wednesday. Lucknow, with the senior Congress leader Rahul Gandhi securing landslide victories in Rai Bareli and Wayanand. The question remains which constituency he will forego. As he is set to take a call soon, party leaders have already requested him to retain Rai Bareli. Hindustan Times also states that Israel bombs Gaza as mediators discuss Trussi hostage plan. Israel's military pounded central Gaza with heavy airstrikes on Wednesday as the international talks to secure a Trussi and hostage release deal resumed. Tensions were high in annexed East Jerusalem as thousands of the police guard Israel's annual flag march that has sparked a clash between Jews and Arabs in previous years. The bloodiest ever Gaza war, sparked by Hamas' October 7 attack on the southern Israel, rigged with jets bombing targets overnight, and the Palestinian officials reporting yet more deaths. Urban combat and shelling intensified in Gaza's southern city of Rafah. While fighting resumed in central areas, the army announced the targeted operational activity in the areas of the Bureij and eastern Deir al-Balah. A senior Hamas official in Beirut on Tuesday accused Israel of seeking endless negotiations and reiterated the group's position, rejecting any deal that excludes a permanent ceasefire. Mohammed al-Najjar, a 35-year-old man from northern Gaza, twice displaced by the war, told AFP in Deir al-Balah, "We just want to solve an catastrophic situation that we are living. What matters to us is that the war made us exhausted, destroyed us, and destroyed everything in our lives." Hindustan Times also states that world's first bird flu human death recorded in Mexico. World Health Organization confirms these are the symptoms. Confirmed cases of the bird flu were reported from the government-run poultry Jharkhand's Bokaro district on Tuesday. The World Health Organization has confirmed the first human death from the bird flu after an alarming increase in cases. The victim, a resident of Mexico, succumbed to the illness after suffering the symptoms of avian influenza A H5N2. The specific strain and details surrounding the case and its impact on humans are still being investigated. However, the incident has now alerted the Global Health Organization. Going towards the economy of the country from the business point of view, market rebound. Sensex rises 3.2%, Nifty closes above 22,600. The rise in the indices on Wednesday was on account of the investors absorbing the unexpected Lok Sabha election results, analysts said. After a day witnessing the worst trading session in 4 years, benchmark indices, the Sensex and Nifty recovered nearly half of their losses on Wednesday after they rose over 3%. The 30-share building stock exchange Sensex gained 2,303.19 points or 3.2% to finish at 74,382.24. The broader Nifty jumper 735.85 points or 3.36% to close at 22,620.35. On Tuesday, the Sensex crashed to 4,389.73 or 5.74%, and the Nifty 50 tanked 1,379.4 points or 5.93% due to the unexpected Lok Sabha election outcome. The Bharatiya Janata Party secured 240 seats, much below the exit poll prediction. However, the BJP-led National Democratic Alliance NDA managed 294 seats, making sure a third term of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. From the business point of view, Tier 2 cities continue to witness consistent growth in the hiring activities report. In terms of the metro cities, Kolkata and Delhi NCR stand out as leading hiring hubs on year-on-year basis, it stated. While Tier 2 cities have outperformed metro cities on a year-on-year basis, metro have witnessed a significant upswing in hiring in the last few months, it said. From the aviation point of view, Air India in a good position to retrofit over 100 planes, CEO Campbell, emphasizing that plenty of things are going as on the part of the transformation at Air India. Wilson said the focus is on integration, growth, optimization and customer experience. Air India will be retrofitting more than 100 planes, including 40 wide-body planes, and has ordered around 25,000 aircraft seats as a part of the revamping the fleet, its chief Campbell Wilson said on a Wednesday. India's tech manufacturing map may get a makeover with the TDP as a key NDA player. In 2024, N. Chandrababu Naidu and his Telugu Desam party TDP could have one more terrorist with the technology, with the coastal state of the Andhra Pradesh potentially emerging as a new manufacturing destination. N. Chandrababu Naidu. Now going towards the world news, including person in Mexico died of a bird flu strain that has not been confirmed before it as a human. Climate records keep getting shattered. Here is what you need to know. Trump campaign steps up a vice presidential waiting efforts. House Speaker appoints two Trump allies to a committee overseeing United States spy agencies. Trump election interference case paused in Georgia. During a challenge to the prosecutor, Putin says United States courts are being used against Trump. Now going towards the science and tech, we have with the bad news from the Cassini, the dark matter's main rival theory dead. A multispectral view of a Messier 74, aka the Phantom Galaxy, captured by the Hubble and the James Webb Space Telescope Galaxy rotation has long perplexed scientists. The main postulate of a moon is that the gravity starts behaving differently to what Newton expected when it becomes very weak. One of the biggest mysteries in the astrophysics today is that the forces in galaxies do not seem to add up. Galaxies rotate much faster than predicted by applying Newton's law of the gravity into their visible matter, despite those laws working well everywhere in the solar system. Global project paints evidence of air pollution in India. Birds fly through the hazy sky in Bangalore. The air of the Anthropocene project has been exhibited at a gallery shows in Los Angeles, Belfast and Birmingham. Researchers and artists joined forces for so-called painting with the light, international project to make invisible air pollution in India visible, demonstrating the health risks posed to the population. Combining digital light painting and low-cost air pollution sensors, the scientific team produced photographic evidence of pollution levels in the cities across the country, India, Ethiopia, and the United Kingdom, sparked debate among the local communities. Health Ministry revoked protocol as India's TB elimination drive pledges. Photo used for representation purpose only. Indian Council of Medical Research is looking at specifically revoking TB medication and its duration to reboot the TB-free initiative with the zero deaths disease and poverty resulting from the disease. India's goal to achieve a rapid decline in the burden of tuberculosis, morbidity and mortality while working towards the elimination of the TB in the countries by 2025, has pleaded, a senior health ministry official said. The Indian Council of Medical Research is looking at reworking the protocol. The officials added a specifically TB medication and its duration to reboot the TB-free initiative with the zero deaths disease and poverty resulting from the disease. According to the Health Ministry, India has been engaged in TB control activities for more than 50 years, yet the disease continues to be the country's severest health crisis. Google Privacy's chief Keith Enright to exit. Keith Enright was named Google's privacy chief in September. Google's chief privacy officer Keith Enright will leave the company this fall after 13 years at the tech giant. Google's chief privacy officer Keith Enright will leave the company this fall after 13 years at the tech giant. A spokesperson for the Alphabet-owned company said on Tuesday, "We regularly evolve our legal, regulatory, and compliance efforts to meet new obligations and expectations. Our latest changes will increase the number of people working on regulatory compliance across the company," the spokesperson said. Improving the language biodiversity conservation. File photo of the village woman on the periphery of the Jharkhand forest in Dhenkangal district as they are in the mass protest to save their forest and salt trees from the proposed industrialization in Odisha. Engaging with the vernacular diversity in a practical way to convey biodiversity concerns and values. It also helps us understand the plural way in which our communities value nature. June 5 is the World Environment Day. In the midst of the climate emergency, we mark another World Environment Day on Wednesday as heat sizzles humanity and rain soaks it. Climate change dominates conservation conversations. Experts lay the facts. Climate change poses biodiversity and livelihood risks. Restoring the biodiversity in turn can mitigate climate change and the well-being consequences of conserving and restoring ecosystems are plain. At last, there is a famous quotation said by Rabindranath Tagore, whose birth anniversary is 7 May 1861 up to 7 August 1941, was a Bengali poet, writer, playwright, composer, philosopher, and a social reformer and a painter during the age of the Bengali Renaissance. He reshaped Bengali literature and music as well as the Indian art with a contextual modernism in the late 19th and early 20th century. Author of the profoundly sensitive, fresh, and beautiful poetry of Gitanjali, he became in 1913 the first non-European and the first lyricist to win the Nobel Prize in Literature. Tagore's poetic songs were vivid as spiritual and mercurial, while his elegant prose and magical poetry were widely popular in the Indian subcontinent. He was fellow of the Royal Asiatic Society, referred to as the Bard of the Bengal. Tagore was known by the Subriquets Gurudev, Kobi Guru, and Biswa Kobi. Tagore modernized Bengali art by spurning rigid classical forms and resisting linguistic strictures. His novels, stories, songs, dance, dramas, and essays spoke to the topics political and personal. Gitanjali song offerings, Gora, Fair-Faced, and Gari Bari, The Home and the World, are his best-known works, and his verse, short stories, and novels were acclaimed or penned for their lyricism, colloquialism, naturalism, and unnatural contemplation. His compositions were chosen by the two nations as national anthems, India's Jana Gana Mana and Bangladesh's Amar Sonar Mangla. The Sri Lankan national anthem was also inspired by his work. His song Banglar Mati Banglar Jol has been adopted as that state anthem of West Bengal. Rabindranath Tagore says a famous quotation. He says that the highest education is that which does not merely give us information, but makes our life in harmony with all existence. Okay, thank you.